This is the story of James, a boy from a small town in America. He had nothing, no father, no guidance, no money. Only the burning fire of determination in his heart. At 8, tragedy struck. His parents died in a sudden car accident. One moment, the house was filled with warmth and laughter. The next, only silence remained. Neighbors avoided him. Relatives looked the other way. Teachers shook their heads, whispering, "There's nothing this boy can do." But James refused to accept their verdict. Sleeping under cold bridges, newspapers for blankets, he whispered to himself, "I may have nothing, but I will rise, and I will build something no one can take away." By 9, he scavenged old books from dumpsters, learning about business, science, and entrepreneurship. Each page became a guide, each night under the bridge became a classroom. Hunger and cold were relentless companions, but they fueled his fire. At 10, James collected broken gadgets and old electronics. People saw junk. James saw potential. He fixed them piece by piece, hands bleeding, eyes straining, body aching. Each repaired device was a triumph, proof that he could create value where others saw nothing. By 12, he had sold his first computer. It earned him just a few dollars, but it was a victory, a reminder he could survive, he could build, he could rise. At 13, betrayal hit him hard. A so-called mentor stole credit for a project James had built with his own hands. Friends abandoned him. Doubts whispered, "Maybe you're nothing." But he looked at the stars above and remembered his father. Attitude decides your fate. The world will test you. Rise above it. Every setback became fuel. Every failure became a lesson. Every sleepless night under the bridge became preparation for greatness. At 14, he started his first small business from a cramped apartment. Broken phones, old gadgets, scraps of electronics. He transformed them into solutions for others. Hunger and exhaustion were constant, but his attitude was unbreakable. At 15, disaster struck again. A flood destroyed his inventory. Most would have given up. James sat in silence, head in hands, thinking it was over. But then he remembered his mother's voice. "Son, our dreams live in you. You must rise." He rebuilt, again and again. Every obstacle became a stepping stone. Every insult, every laugh, every lonely night was a lesson in resilience. By 16, he had launched his first online service. Initially, only a few people used it. Investors laughed. A street kid? Impossible. But James ignored them. Slowly, the orders multiplied. People began to trust him. His reputation grew. At 17, he faced sabotage. A competitor tried to ruin his growing business, but he used strategy, patience, and skill to turn the tables. The boy who had no one now outsmarted grown men who had everything. At 18, he launched his first real product. It was small, but impactful. People noticed. He started hiring young talent, teaching them what he had learned under bridges, under streetlights, and from the pages of discarded books. At 20, James opened his first office. By 22, he had multiple branches. By 25, he had built a brand recognized across the country. The boy who slept on cold concrete now spoke on stages, inspiring millions. But James never forgot the bridges, the hunger, or the nights of despair. He returned to mentor struggling kids. He taught them, attitude is more powerful than circumstance. Knowledge plus action, plus determination, equals unstoppable force. Every award he received, every milestone he reached, he whispered, "Dad, Mom, your dreams live in me." When people said, education is useless for success, James replied, who invented the light bulb first? Who built computers? Who discovered the laws of physics? Who created the MRI or CT scan? Every great achievement comes from learning, studying, and perseverance. Knowledge is power. Attitude turns it into action. James's story may seem short when told, but the reality was long. Years under bridges, hunger gnawing at his body, loneliness pressing on his spirit, countless failures, betrayals, and nights of despair. Those nights forged his mind, his will, and his business sense, from invisible to unstoppable, from nothing to legendary. If you see someone struggling, do not mock them. If you face obstacles, do not give up. James had nothing, yet he remembered his parents' dreams. That made him unstoppable. That made him legendary. The story may be short, but the reality is long. Every night of hunger, every tear, every struggle was part of the journey that turned nothing into everything. And one day, the world may ask you, "Who are you?" And you will answer smiling, I am everything I was meant to be. Do not judge anyone for having nothing. One day, the poor may rule. Do not judge yourself. Your education, your attitude, and your persistence are your greatest tools. One spark, one dream, one unwavering attitude can turn nothing into everything. Remember, every obstacle is a stepping stone. Every failure is a lesson. Every night of struggle is shaping the greatness within you. The world may doubt you, laugh at you, or leave you behind, but your mindset decides your destiny. Your past does not define you. Your actions do. Your hardships are not chains, they are the fuel to ignite your rise. Dream bigger than your fears. Work harder than your limits. Rise higher than your setbacks. Like James, you can turn invisibility into impact, nothing into legacy, and pain into power. So when life pushes you down, remember, the darkest bridges lead to the brightest stages. The lowest valleys lead to the highest peaks. And the boy who had nothing can become the man who inspires millions. Keep going, keep fighting, keep rising, because your story isn't over. It's just beginning.